beam me 28F communications degree from some decent liberal arts school in Pennsylvania. Work marketing at a mid-sized SaaS company outside Raleigh. Official title is Brand Growth Specialist. Unofficial title is Make the slide deck not look like dog shit. Call myself a feminist. Not the armpit hair protest kind. More like the I read the right think pieces kind. Scroll the cut and refinery. 29, like it's homework. Follow all the correct people on X. Listen to the correct podcasts. While meal prepping, me and my friends all run on the same firmware. We've got a group chat. Mostly screenshots of dudes saying dumb stuff in Instagram, comments. Life's honestly fine principles. Career, trajectory, expensive skincare, organic green smoothies that taste like lawn clippings, strong independent woman, etc. There's this guy at work. His name is Mark, Data Analytics Department. Human version of beige paint. Probably 32 or 33, same rotation of like 3 flannels and the same pair of plain jeans. Quiet as a ghost. Always has headphones on, like he's allergic to conversation. Eats lunch at his desk, like he's being punished. Never talks in meetings. And when he does, it's some dry spreadsheet fact that makes my eyes cross. Basically the stereotype of an online tech dude. But without the funny part, I decide instantly he's a problem. No presence, no engagement, just existing. Like he's hiding a folder of weird opinions somewhere my friends would call guys like him office wallpaper, just stuck to the walls, taking up square footage that could have been used by a more deserving woman. At first I barely deal with him, but then I start noticing things, little stuff, microaggressions, the vibe. One day I pitch a new campaign in a team meeting. It's good empowerment angle, user-centric storytelling, the whole authentic brand narrative thing. People pretend to love. Everyone's nodding, my manager is smiling, I'm in my element. Then Mark opens his mouth in that flat monotone like Siri, with depression. The data doesn't support that path. He clicks through his laptop like he's presenting evidence in court. The funnel shows a 57% drop at step 2 of your flow. We should route users through the legacy profile screen instead. No emotion. No, hey, cool idea. Just numbers thrown at my face. I feel my cheeks go hot. He's not collaborating. He's correcting me in front of everyone. Like I'm a child, holding scissors wrong. I paste on the tightest corporate smile I can manage. Thanks, Mark. Good input. But it's important to remember, not everything is just numbers. Sometimes we need the human element. The story matters. He just blinks at me. Dead-eyed then goes, the story won't matter if nobody clicks the button. I swear I can hear my blood pressure, and then I see my manager slowly nod at Mark, like he just solved world hunger, pure rage, like someone poured boiling water into my skull. Later, I'm in the group chat. You guys are not going to believe this. This dude tried to undermine me in front of leadership today. They eat it up immediately. Textbook mansplaining. He's threatened by you. Document everything. Kara. So, I do open a note on my phone, title it Mark File. Entry number 1, corrected my project in front of management, derailed my pitch with stats. Classic intimidation tactic. A couple of weeks after that, there's an office potluck. I bring homemade vegan quinoa, salad, lemon tahini, dressing fresh herbs. It's basically edible feminism. I set it down, like I'm presenting art to a museum. I spot Mark at the food table. He's putting this massive slab of pepperoni pizza on his plate, grease glistening under fluorescent lights. I walk over, feeling kinda smug, not gonna lie. Try to do a little fun coworker banter thing. Wow, going for your daily dose of sodium and preservatives, huh? Little laugh, light tone something you say in an office so you don't scream. He doesn't even look at me, just stares at the pizza like it's giving a TED talk. It's lunch, he says. Then he just walks away. No smile, no chuckle, not even polite pity. Laughter just blanks me completely, like I'm a spam email. I'm standing there with my quinoa like an idiot. The rudeness is unreal. It's giving hostile environment. I open the note again. Entry number 2, antisocial behavior at team event, refused to engage in basic workplace friendliness. Likely has issues with women who speak confidently. Group chat, agrees instantly. Walking red flag. He definitely hates women. Fast forward, companies working on a big new feature launch. Huge cross-department thing. Meetings everywhere. Everyone pretending it's the moon. Landing, my manager announces, project leads, from marketing, Kara will lead campaign strategy. Nice. And from analytics. Mark will handle performance metrics to guide rollout. My stomach drops. Oh no, I have to work with him. I try to push back without sounding emotional. Are you sure that's the best pairing? Mark and I have different working styles. My manager does. That cheerful leadership smile? Exactly. You're the creative engine, he's the numbers guy. You'll balance each other out. It'll be great. I feel like I'm being set up, but I nod because I'm not trying to look difficult. I'm a professional. I can do professional first project meeting. It's just me and him in a tiny conference room too. Cold smells like whiteboard markers and old coffee. I'm prepared. I made a 22 slide deck, bold, edgy reframes. The entire brand story, new tagline, concepts, visual direction, the whole thing. I spend like 14 minutes walking him through it, talking with confidence, feeling the power of my own brain. When I finish, I sit back like, okay, praise me now. He hasn't said a single word, just staring at his laptop, fingers hovering like he's waiting for a loading bar. I force enthusiasm through my teeth. So, thoughts? He turns his laptop toward me, and it's just charts, graphs, numbers stacked on numbers. It looks like a migraine made of Excel. He points at a line like he's pointing at a crime scene. Here's the issue. Your campaign is built around a 19 to 25 female segment. He taps another box. But beta data shows the core users for this feature are men. 31 to 46 inches. We're sitting at an 89% confidence interval on that. I just stare at the screen. My brain doesn't want to accept it. Well, that's the current demographic, I say. The point is to expand it, make it more inclusive. He makes this tiny sound, barely a sigh. Almost nothing, but it hits me like a punch to the gut. He keeps going, like he's reading weather reports. Launch budget is 62 grand. We don't have runway for a whole demographic expansion play. Leadership's directive is maximize ROI on the users we already have. He taps his screen again. Your approach spends the entire budget in about 10 days, and conservatively, lands us like a 0.7% conversion. He turns the laptop back toward himself, like the conversation is done then, casually, like he's ordering coffee. I already modeled a better structure, less flashy, but it hits the right audience on the right platforms. Projected conversion is around 13%. I just sit there for a second, processing what he actually said. He didn't just poke holes in my plan. He showed up with a full replacement plan. He did his work, and he did my work, and he laid it on the table, like I'm optional, like I'm a decorative plant in the corner of the room. This isn't just, well, actually anymore. This is erasure. This is him trying to delete me off my own project. My chest gets hot in that familiar way, the say something smart or commit a felony feeling. Mark, I say. And my voice comes out calm, in the way that means it's not, I'm the marketing lead. My job is the marketing strategy. Your job is to provide analytics that support the strategy I'm building, not create your own campaign like you're the lead. He finally looks up at me and his eyes aren't smug. They're just tired, like he's been awake for 3 days doing math in a cave. My job is to make sure this launch succeeds. He says, your strategy won't. That's not an opinion. It's math. I'm trying to stop a failure. It's math the way he says it, like he's the only adult in the room. The absolute confidence like I'm a toddler with crayons and he's taken the outlet covers off. I feel my jaw tighten. I feel like you're being extremely dismissive of my professional expertise, I say, using the approved HR language like a weapon. He doesn't even flinch. I'm not dismissing you, he says. I'm saying your plan doesn't work under the goals and constraints we were given. Same flat tone, same maddening calm. Like he's narrating a spreadsheet. I'm not comfortable with your tone, I say. You're being aggressive. He actually looks confused, like genuinely, honestly confused. Aggressive? I'm stating constraints. We have a deadline. We have a budget. I'm trying to stay inside, both. Oh, so now he's the innocent little data monk. This is the move, play dumb act. Like I'm imagining the hostility make me question my own reality. Gaslight 101. But with graphs, I push my chair back and stand up. This conversation is over. I'm escalating this. My heart is hammering, like I just ran upstairs. I walk out of the room without looking back. Straight to the bathroom, lock myself in a stall like I'm in a bad teen movie, pull out my phone, text the group chat. It's happening. The office wallpaper is trying to sabotage me. Replies, come in instantly. OMG, document everything. Go to HR now. This is literally what they do. They try to silence us. I feel that warm wave of validation. Like, I'm not just mad, I'm righteously mad. Like, this is bigger than me. Like, I'm carrying every woman who's ever been talked over in a conference room, spend the rest of the day building my case, not even working, just assembling evidence, like I'm prepping for court. Open my notes. Mark. File pull in. Entry number 1, the meeting where he publicly corrected me. The funnel stats, the manager nodding at him. Pull in. Entry number 2, the potluck, the pizza thing, the cold, it's lunch, the blanking ad, today's event. Professional undermining, attempting to assume leadership, hostile behavior, intimidation, tactics. I start writing the HR email, and I do not half-ass it. I lace it with all the right trigger words: unsafe, threatened, pattern, systemic, gendered undertones, hostile environment, retaliatory vibe. I read it, edit it, read it again, like 12 times. It's a masterpiece of corporate violence hit. Send immediate relief, like I just set down a heavy bag I've been carrying next morning. I get a calendar invite, HR meeting with Janice P., head of HR. I walk in, feeling like I'm going to war. Janice is in her late 50s, always looks like she hasn't slept since 2014. Perfect neutral face, the kind where you can't tell if she's listening or buffering. Kara. Thank you for coming, she says. I read your email. These are serious allegations, and I want you to know we're treating them with full seriousness. I nod, trying to look vulnerable, but also unbreakable, like a strong, sad statue. I tell her everything again, but now with emotion layered in. I'm trying to do my job, I say, but I feel constantly undermined. I feel targeted. It's like he's trying to erase me. Janice nods and scribbles notes careful measured, like she's writing down the weather. Okay, she says finally. We're going to open a formal investigation. This will be confidential. I need you not to discuss this with anyone at the company. And in the meantime, we'll have Mark work remotely so you feel comfortable. That word hits like a victory bell. Remotely, he's out system works. I walk back to my desk, floating like I'm 10 pounds lighter. About an hour later, I see Janice and my manager head over to Mark's desk. They stand there talking quietly. I can't hear a thing, but I can see Mark's face change. It drains like someone unplugged him. He looks shocked, confused, and weirdly hurt. He nods a couple times, like he's not understanding English. Then he slowly packs up his laptop, puts it in his bag, pulls on his jacket, and walks toward the exit. Without looking at anyone, the whole office goes silent in that way offices do when drama happens, as he passes my desk. He glances at me. Our eyes meet for like half a second, and I feel a jolt. Triumph. Yeah, that's what it is. Triumph. The system finally listens. Women are finally taken seriously. The next few days, the office is buzzing, whispers in the kitchen, people pretending they're just getting water. But really, they're gathering intel. A couple women give me sympathetic looks like I'm a survivor. 2 guys who used to eat lunch with Mark stare at me like I'm an alien. They don't say anything, though. Good, let them stew. They're probably part of the same ecosystem. Now the project is mine no more. Numbers guy. In my way. I take Mark's boring plan, the one with his spreadsheets and his right platforms, and I trash it. Bring my original campaign back like a triumphant return tour. My manager hesitates when I present it again. Kara, are you sure? Those projections? We need to trust the creative process, I cut in, calm, confident, and also very clearly daring him to disagree. And honestly, I'll perform way better now that the environment is collaborative and not hostile. He backs down immediately. What's he gonna do? Argue with the woman who just filed a harassment complaint? Checkmate, I feel untouchable. Post a vague Instagram story that night. White text over a blurry sunset, something like, speak up. Even if your voice shakes, it gets like 173 reactions, the little dopamine hit. I didn't want to admit I wanted a week goes by. Then another, and HR pings me for a follow-up. I walk in with the same crusader energy chin. Up back straight, ready to be affirmed. Janice is there, and there's a guy I've never seen before sitting next to her, in-house counsel. Cool love. that for me, the room feels different last time. It was neutral sympathetic, HR vibes. This time it's fluorescent and clinical like a dentist office. Janice doesn't do. The warm voice, she doesn't even really look at me. Kara, she says, and it sounds like she's reading a training module. We've concluded our investigation. My stomach drops a half inch. She keeps going. We interviewed 18 employees, including everyone present in the meeting you referenced. The lawyer slides a thick stack of papers across the table, like a waiter dropping the check. Janice continues, still not making eye contact. None of them corroborated your account of that meeting. In fact, she says, several described your proposal as unprepared and not aligned with the stated project goals, and stated Mark's input was necessary, and prevented the meeting from becoming a waste of time. My blood goes cold, they're twisting it, they're all his friends, they're circling the wagons. I can feel my pulse in my throat. The lawyer speaks for the first time, voice like gravel in a blender. We also obtained a complete transcript of your Slack communications with Mr. Foster. He slides another sheet over. It's printed like I'm in court. It's the project channel. Mark's messages are, boring, pure business. Updated metrics attached. Can you send copy for the landing page by EOD? Reminder, asset delivery deadline is 3:30 p.m. today. No attitude, no sarcasm, no secret misogyny hiding between the lines. Then my messages, and they look worse on paper than they felt in my head. I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed. Can we push the deadline? I don't know about these numbers. They don't feel right. This is a lot. It reads like me panicking. Then the lawyer flips to another set of printouts. Different channel, marketing team, channel. Oh no, it's the one where we talk, like we're in a reality show. There's my message after that meeting. Can you believe this guy? Zero creative vision. My work friend Megan replies, LOL, yeah, he's a robot. Then me again, I'm gonna have to manage him so hard on this project. My mouth goes desert dry. This is out of context. This is tone, this is subtext, but on paper it's just... I start to talk and nothing comes out clean. You're not seeing... Janice looks at me, and for the first time, I see an actual flash of anger behind the HR mask. Not neutral, not careful, annoyed. We also spoke with Mark, she says. He was, understandably, distressed by these allegations. The lawyer slides a thumb drive onto the table like a little plastic tombstone. Mr. Foster is extraordinarily meticulous, the lawyer says. He documents everything, tasks, emails, data pulls, meeting notes, and he uses version control for his models. He pauses and lets that sit there like he's waiting for it to sink in. Then he continues. His records show that the day of your one-on-one meeting, he had already spent 12 hours running projections off beta data. 12. Before I even walked in with my precious deck. My stomach turns. The model you described as an alternate plan, he says, was not an attempt to undermine you. It was his assigned deliverable, completed prior to kickoff. Oh no, Janice slides another page toward me. His files also include your initial draft and his annotations. And there it is, my campaign doc with his notes all over it. Not snarky, not mocking actual work. The lawyer says it like he's explaining gravity. He didn't simply say it wouldn't work. He spent roughly 7 hours trying to find a data-driven path to make it viable. He attempted multiple scenarios where your target segment could be reached. The math did not support it. The room tilts a little, like my chair is suddenly on a boat. Janice leans in slightly. Her voice goes softer but sharper. He wasn't being aggressive, Kara. He was being direct, and he was doing his job. A job he is, by all accounts, exceptionally good at. That's the part that hurts the most, because it lands like a verdict. Then the lawyer pushes one more sheet across, and it's not Slack, it's Facebook printed out. Like, they want me to feel it. I recognize it immediately. College alumni group, gender studies majors. Post from me, night after I filed, feeling so empowered today. Took on a classic workplace misogynist and won. Sometimes you have to light the match and watch the toxic system burn, has my stupid hashtags too. It was friends, only how the hell did they? Someone screenshotted it. Someone sent it in one of my own. People, the lawyer leans forward. The company's position is this. The investigation found no evidence supporting claims of harassment, intimidation, or sabotage, and substantial evidence that Mr. Foster behaved professionally at all times. He doesn't stop there. Of course he doesn't. What we did find is a disturbing pattern from you. You constructed a false narrative. You solicited corroboration from colleagues, who then refuted your account, and you publicly bragged about your actions on social media. My lungs feel tight like there's not enough air in the room. He says the next part slowly. So I hear every word, your complaint was not filed in good faith. It was malicious and intended to cause professional harm. I can't breathe right. My brain keeps trying to reject it like a bad download. Janice folds her hands, HR voice back on. But colder now. We have a zero-tolerance policy for harassment, and that includes knowingly false complaints used to harass a colleague. Terminate for, cause the phrase flashes in my head like a warning label. A black mark, the kind that follows you forever. The lawyer nods like he can hear my thoughts. We could terminate you for cause, he says, however. There's always a, however, given your tenure. And to avoid a lengthy and unpleasant process, we're prepared to offer an alternative. He slides one last document over resignation agreement. My hands start shaking. It's all there, resign, effective immediately, 3 weeks. Severance N, DA, non-disparagement, neutral reference, only dates of employment and title. That's it. No, she was a rock star. No, great culture fit. Just a blank tombstone. I look at their faces. Janice is stone, lawyer is stone with a suit. There's no negotiation, no let's talk, no how do you feel. I was so sure, so righteous hero in my own story. Now I'm the villain in theirs, and they have printouts. I swallow, my throat hurts. I'll sign, I whisper. Packing my desk is the most humiliating thing I've ever done. They make me do it after hours, so nobody's around to watch the fall. Janice stands there the whole time, arms folded, making sure I don't steal a stapler like I'm a criminal. I put my dumb little succulents in a box, my collection of empowerment mugs, my photo with my old Smash the System crew. Everything that used to feel like identity now just looks like props walk out of the building for the last time. Card already deactivated, box digging into my forearms. And of course, it's raining, not cute movie. Rain either, cold, sideways. Makes your clothes cling. I get to my car and just sit there with the wipers going, staring at the entrance like it might change its mind. Go back to my overpriced apartment downtown, the one with the luxury label and the paper-thin walls, and I just sit. No music, no podcasts, no righteous ranting, just silence and the sound of the fridge cycling. I deactivate everything. Instagram, Facebook, even the stupid little inspo apps. I can't look at another quote about bravery. I can't deal with the DMs, the Queen. Update? Did you win? I can't handle being perceived. Group chat starts blowing up anyway. What happened? Are you okay? Did HR do the right thing? I type. I resigned for personal reasons. Send it, and then I just stop responding. They keep poking for like a day, then a day and a half. Then it goes quiet. My crisis stops being entertainment. They move on to the next outrage. I'm old content. The next couple months blur together. The 3-week severance disappears instantly into rent and utilities, like it never existed. I start applying to everything that sounds even remotely like what I used to do. Growth strategist, marketing, manager, brand, lead, community evangelist. Kill me. Dozens of applications. Then it's hundreds. I get some interviews. I can still do. The performance smile talk about stakeholder alignment. Make a joke at the right time. They nod. They seem into it. Then we hit the reference check part, and the temperature in the room shifts like they can smell the neutral reference coming. Neutral reference is corporate poison. It's a polite way of saying, do not hire this person. Nobody says it out loud, but I see it in the follow-up emails that never come in. The we went with another candidate in the sudden ghosting after. We'll be in touch soon. My savings keep shrinking. I start selling stuff. Nice clothes on Depop. The furniture I was so proud of on Marketplace, pickup only. Cash or Venmo. I sell the little designer lamp I used to flex in my stories. I sell the stupid bar cart that made me feel like an adult. Eventually, I can't pretend anymore. I break my lease, pay the penalty hand, over the keys, walk out of that apartment, with my life in trash bags. My parents are disappointed in that quiet way that's worse than yelling. I was their successful city daughter. Now I'm their 28-year-old unemployed daughter, dragging boxes into the house, back into my childhood bedroom, like a boomerang. The room is basically frozen in time. Posters of bands I don't even listen to. Now high school. Yearbooks stacked like bricks, a dusty diploma in a cheap frame. My dad tries to sound upbeat. Maybe this is a reset. Fresh start, you know? My mom just watches me unpack socks with sad eyes. Then she goes, "Well, the Target near us is always hiring. Cool love that for me, I do end up getting a job not at Target, at a 24-hour diner off the interstate night shift. Third shift. Technically, I wear a cheap polyester uniform that traps smells like a sponge grease, old coffee bleach. My hands are always sore from scrubbing and refilling my feet, ache like I'm walking on bruises. The money is awful, the tips are worse. Half the customers act like leaving. $2 is a personality trait. I spend my nights topping off ketchup bottles, wiping down sticky tables, smiling at truck guys who call me sweetheart, like it's my legal name. I'm tired all the time, too tired to be angry. The righteous fire is gone, replaced with this cold dread that sits in my stomach, one night on break. I open LinkedIn, no clue why it's self-harm, like touching a bruise to prove it still hurts. I see a post from my old manager, Greg Big Grin. Corporate filtered optimism. Thrilled to announce Mark Foster has been promoted to Director of Analytics. No one is more deserving. His insights were instrumental in the record-breaking success of our recent Project Helix launch. Project Helix My launch, the one I got, kicked off the one that went forward, using his boring little data plan. There's a photo mark in the office, people around him cheering, and he's smiling. Not the blank stare, not the tired blink. A real smile, like he's actually happy. Comments are stacked with praise, couldn't have done it without you. Absolute wizard with numbers. Best partner to work with. And then I see it. Megan, my old LOL he's a robot girl, dropping a row of clapping emojis and a so proud. I close the app, screen goes dark, and I catch my reflection in it. Hair yanked back in a greasy bun. Dark circles under my eyes, like I got punched little mustard stain on the collar of my uniform. I just stare at myself for a second, and it hits me, clean and ugly. I wasn't a hero. I wasn't some warrior for justice. I tried to ruin his life. I tried to torch his career. Because he didn't laugh at my joke, because he corrected my work, because I couldn't handle being wrong. He's a director. Now he's successful. He's smiling, and I'm here in a uniform that reeks of stale coffee holding a phone that feels heavier than it should, tasting nothing but regret.